So what do you think about the 543 people being deported from UAE? What do you think?
You know, this migration issue has put Nigeria in a big mess. You see, people just, as you said, because of the bad economic situation in Nigeria, people just want to move out. Let's move out first. Let's try other countries. And, you know, until recently, you go to UAE, you get your visa at the port.
Port of entry.
Your port of entry, you get your visa. So it was easy for people from Nigeria to move to that country. Until, you know, as characteristics of people, especially Nigeria, when they get to a place, they want to impose their way of life into their host country, which is, you know, UAE is an Arab country. They have conduct. They have ways
their
they
custom,
do their things.
their tradition, their religion.
The other time we saw on video how two gangs were fighting each other with knives and all those things in public.
UAE, yeah.
In UAE, in public. Yeah.
And they said when you go to Rome, you have like a Roman. Yeah.
Those people cannot tolerate this. So I believe that I know people who are in UAE and they are still there now.
They are making good living.
They are making good names for themselves. They are making good money. They do not run foul of the laws. So when you go to another man's country, you have to behave according to their laws. Those people that are deported, I know very well, they must have run foul of the law. That is why they deported them. As I said, no country will have you as an entrepreneur in their country and will deport you. They won't deport you. It is when you become a nuisance. That is when they deport you.
Because if they don't deport you, they don't want to ruin their country reputation, their future. You know, for you running elter-skelter from your own country means your country is not good. So, you know, for a lot of Nigerians going to other countries, you know, if you go to Rome, act like a Roman. So, my brother, again, what do you think about this immigration issue in Italy, whereby an African Union have already talked about this, all the commissions, the international body have already talked about this. In Italy, where they stopped a lot of migrants coming, you know, on the ship, coming by road from Africa. You know, they stopped a lot of people, enormous migrants, and, you know, they don't want them to come into their country because Italy now is stating it far high, like the war in Russia and Ukraine between them is really affecting Italy because Italy get a lot of their gas supply, a lot of their supplies from Russia and some part of it too from Ukraine. But now with the wars going on, it's very hard for them to, you know, to do this, and it's really affecting their economy too in Europe. You know, they have that issue too. We even see it last time they talked about this in the French Parliament. So what do you think is going on, and how do you think the African Union, like the European Union, you know, the world bodies, you know, can fight this and help the migrant in Italy? So what do you think? The movement and what the Italian government did in stopping the people by coming to their country, is it a good idea?
Every country has their rules, and it is a global standard. If you move your country to another country, you must have proper documentation. You must have your visa, you must have your passport, so that they document you. They know you are coming to their country.
But they come by road,
So when you come by sea, it is natural for your intended host country to stop you. One, that means you are running away from your country. You are not welcome in our country. That's the meaning. We don't know you are coming. You can't just come into our country and leave. Now, if you come into such countries, because you are coming illegally, you don't have the authority to work. You don't have access to hospital. You don't have access to many things. So you are constituting nuisance in that
ability of the host country.
Yeah, you are a burden on the economic facility of that country. So that is what they are trying to stop.
They don't want burden in their country.
They don't want burden, because if they allow every time they can add in their country, that their country will be like the country of the migrants
that they're coming from.
You remember some years back, I want to stress this because of the nefarious activities of those migrants. years back, the Oba of Benin in Nigeria came out publicly and was making public declaration of curses on Edo indigenes who travel abroad and bringing bad names to the race. It is that bad. It is in public that some of these people are the ones frustrating the host countries. You go to another person's country and you do a lot of things that are illegal. There's no way they will tolerate that. No country wants to tolerate that.
Because they talk about a lot of stuff. They say most of the migrants later came and they go into prostitution in their country, and it's not a good look, it's not a good face for their country, you know, the international community today. So I understand what you say, like, you know, if you go to a country, you should behave like those people in that country and, you know, get the right normal documentation and come in the right way. That's what you're talking about, right? Yes. Mr. Steven?
Yeah, when you move to another country, you build security, you build custom rules. The possibilities is there that you are carrying banned substances. What about drugs? If they don't stop them, these guys we take drugs. Who knows whether they are already doing that? And you mentioned prostitution. We know from this part of our world that we say jokingly that Italy is the headquarters of prostitution, because there are a lot of people doing that
in the world. Yeah,
in the world, there are a lot of people doing that. People should try as much as possible to migrate in a decent way.